Hey guys, I can't sleep, so I decided to do a quick thing on revenue bonds and to announce that out Tuesday, 2 days from now, doing another live. So please subscribe, like, and hit the little button. Okay, so revenue bonds. I talked about munis, meaning GOs, on another one. Revenue bonds are also issued by municipalities. So what they do is revenue bonds are issued for a project that creates revenue, like that costs money to use. Like if you're going to the hospital or take a toll road or an airport or in New York City, you take the subway or the buses. That's what they're there for. So revenue bonds are for things that cost you money. So what they do is they issue a bond. So they say in New York City they want to add another subway line. First thing they do is they do a feasibility study. Will they look at it? An outside auditor or an underwriter will look at it and say, okay, if we build this project, people will use it, so it will generate enough revenue to cover the interest payments. Then that's the feasibility study, has to be done. Then the next one is the legal opinion. The legal opinion is by a lawyer, bond counsel. All they do is look at, is it legal to issue? And is it legal to issue? And is it wow, must be tired. I can't remember what I was going to say. Is it legal to issue? And is it tax-free? My gosh. So legal to issue and tax-free. So that what you want is an unqualified legal opinion. Unqualified from the bond counsel says it's legal to issue and it's tax-free. If you see a qualified legal opinion, then that means there's some issues. Like there's a qualification. We're not really sure everything's going to be copacetic. So revenue bonds are issued to build projects. If you see the word authority, or you see like an IDR, or it's some sort of project where it costs money, tolls, fees, concessions, rent, any kind of income coming in to be used, then it's going to be, it's going to be a revenue. Remember, I did another one on GOs. So GOs are stuff that's free to use. Revenue are for stuff that costs money. So a couple of things. One, there's no debt limits because it's a corporation issuing bonds on behalf of the city, like to do buses and trains and stuff like that. No debt limits. The only thing holding it down is the debt service coverage ratio. Basically, just saying that, we have enough revenue coming in to cover the interest payments. That's the debt service coverage ratio. That's what limits us from issuing new bonds if we don't have enough coverage. It can be used interstate, like in New York City, they have the Port Authority. It covers New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. It can go outside the state. And there are no debt limits. It can be used interstate. And you don't need voter approval because technically, if you don't want to use the thing, don't do it. Again, I'm using New York City. They have subways. That's what costs money to use. And the money you pay for the subways is what covers the debt service and the interest payments. If you don't want to use it, walk. You don't have to use it. That's why there's no voter approval required. Okay. Before I issue a revenue bond, what they will do is, like I said, they will do the feasibility study. And then what happens is all the syndicates bid on it. And they're not bidding so much, but they come in and they do what they call a negotiated offering. A negotiated offering is I sit down as the issuer with the different underwriters who are going to take my bond public, and I choose the one that's going to do the best job for me. Unlike a GO, where I basically put an announcement, an official notice of sale in the bond buyer saying, come bid on my issue. And then they come and bid on it. It's late. This is probably crappy. I'll probably delete later. But I just want to give a little thing. Revenue bonds are bonds that are issued for projects. So it's like a corporation. And some of them might be subject to taxes. GOs, the interest is never taxable. Sometimes revenue bonds might have a taxable interest if you make a lot of money, or that the IRS determines that it's subject to AMT, which is alternative minimum tax, which is basically if you make a lot of money, they start taking your deductions away. I think that's some helpful on revenue bonds. Again, Tuesday night, I'm doing a live. I won't be this tired. I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the morning for me. I just couldn't sleep. And I was trying to do a stream and I just got bored and figured I'd do something. Again, please subscribe, hit the like, and have a good night.